Oh, so we're recording. So, pretty much, we're gonna have a spare rib that is gonna go on the grill. Sorry, it's always best to eat or cook and have you a nice glass of wine, or whatever your choice of drink is. Sometimes, depending on what the meal is, you should definitely make it a champagne if you're making some appetizers, or if you're making a really full throttle home cooked southern meal, definitely a whiskey on the rocks. So yeah, we have the spare rib, and we're just gonna pair it with some glazed carrots that will be also cooked on the grill along with the ribs, and some homemade mashed potatoes, red mashed potatoes. To marinate the rib, all we're going to use is simple ingredients. We're not going to do anything fancy. I try to use as less seasoning and more herbs as possible, but when we're doing a rib or something like that, I mean, you want really good flavoring, so that does add a little bit of sodium to it. We're just going to use a little light brown sugar, some olive oil, honey, some McCormick's smoked Trial steak, my favorite, and last but not least, just a packet of French dressing powder. All you're going to do is coat it in the olive oil. Now, when you put it on the grill, in my opinion, I like using the olive oil because what it does is the meat sucks it up as it's suffocating and cooking from the heat of the grill. And so that way, when sucking it up, it makes it tender and it still makes it moist and it still falls off the bone, or it comes off the bone very easily when eating it. Now, since this isn't a baby back rib, it doesn't have that thin layer that you have to pull off from the back. Just gonna add a little bit more oil to the bottom of it. I'm sorry. And we're just gonna sit there and rub it on in. You know how to rub it. Rub it like you was rubbing your man, like you was rubbing your girl. Or you need to rub your girl or your man if you're not doing it. Make them feel special. Ow, ow, ow. Get. That's nosy. Waiting for something to drop like he know he not supposed to be in here. So yeah, massage it, tenderize it. That's also what you want to do is tenderize it. You know that meat is either been packaged or chopped up, and we're talking about an animal here, so you want to make sure that meat is very, very tender, so that way when it cooks, it just separates from that bone so nicely. Add a little bit more to the top of it. I'm not sorry. Sorry for that. Ow. So yeah, we're just tenderizing it and rubbing our fingers in between the bones and stuff it in, like almost like you're playing a piano. Okay. So first thing we have is the Montreal steak. And you don't have to do too much rubbing in, because what we're going to do is we're going to mix everything at the same, or rub everything in at the same time. So you're just going to take it up top off, complete top, season it like that. And I will get the camera and bring it up to you, let you see it. Brown sugar as well. Brown sugar is good for you, so if you just get a handful of it, you just sprinkle it all over. It's alright. You're going to rub this in anyway, because this is what's going to really tenderize the meat. And I learned this from a friend that is from South Carolina, who convinced me to stop using meat tenderizer and start using sugar. And then when I went on this health kick to really like motivate myself to eat healthy, or at least attempt to eat as healthy as possible, I realized that brown sugar was going to be better. So this is the ranch powder, of course, like we said. Now I'm not big on a lot of barbecue sauce, so I like to really make my meat as flavorful as possible, because more than likely I'm not going to be eating any barbecue on it. So we're going to rub that in all together. Rub it in there, and it's gonna cook so nicely. Rub it off. Go ahead and flip it over. Gonna do the same thing on the back side, because we're gonna actually go back to the top and redo that again. Same thing applies. Shrimp McCormick, rub that in, along with some more brown sugar on the bottom. You want the bottom just to be as flavorful as the top. Some people don't like to season the bone part, but I do. It's still meat right there, so you want to flavor it as much as possible, as best as possible. Get all that brown sugar on there, because it's going to glaze up along with that honey. It's gonna sit nicely. Got your ranch going down on there. And so the thing is you're gonna cook it with the meat side down. So when you're cooking it with the meat side down first, what that's gonna do for this part is let all them juices just sit on top and keep it moist from the top, so that it's not soaking out, because you have meat on the top too. Or actually to be the bottom once you put it, technically, but once you put it on the grill, it becomes the top. Just rub that in. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Come back to the top, same thing, repeat. This time we're not gonna go back to the bone part. We're just gonna season the top part. And we're just gonna rub that in. See how we're just gonna massage that meat, baby. Grab it. I know y'all know how to grab it. Grabbing it when there's money involved. Break it up. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Of course, it's always good to keep your hands clean. You know, it's also part of regulations when cooking professionally. I actually don't cook professionally. I cook for fun. But there are still kitchen rules that do apply. So take yourself a nice glass of silk. And it's a nice cab. And I'll show you what it looks like. So right now it's marinated. And we're gonna let it marinate to room temp. So that's just gonna leave it sitting out. As you can see. Just gonna leave it sitting out. You're gonna put it over the stove. We're not using the stove right now, so it'll be fine. And we're just gonna sit this over here. And what we'll do is we'll let that sit to room temp. We'll go ahead and get our grill started and get that warmed up. You want to get your grill warm to about 300 degrees. At this point, you only really have to turn on one eye, depending on, one burner, depending on how your grill is set up. It's best to just do it right in the center. Just want to get that whole area filled up. If you want to smoke it, just get some water and some wood chips and add it, let it steam up in there. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a little bit of foil and have a little pan on there and let it cook some water in it, and so get that good stuff going too. Some time in it. Other than that, we'll see you back shortly after the break.